Hey, my besties, welcome back to Biz Tea with the Boss Bestie, aka me, where I am giving you all the tea and tips you need to run a successful beauty business. Now, today, the tea that I'm dropping is all about social media and why you need to stop using it for your personal recreation and start using it to make money in your business. Y'all ready? So social media. Right now, everybody knows social media is like the biggest phenomenon of the world today. We're in 2024, but sometimes it can be too big. Like, social media is such a big platform. It's not even just one platform. There's so many things that go into social media that it can overwhelm people, and I can understand that. But if you are to use the social media powers for good, you can do things like connecting with your audience, building brand awareness, boosting up your business, things like that are actually important to you and your brand. You want to always make sure that you have a goal when it comes to social media, because you can get on there and just start procrastinating, lollygag, and just not being productive, period. And because when you think about it, so many people are always on their phones constantly all day long. Okay, so I heard this study or like this case or whatever it's called. I heard it the other day that when you walk into a shopping center or a mall, 85% of the people are on their phones while they are still physically shopping for things in person. They're still on their phone, on social media and stuff like that. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that you do have a social media strategy. Before you even start the strategy, the first step of that strategy is to make sure you're picking the right social media platforms that your audience will be on. So that means you need to know who your target audience is, for one. If you ain't never seen any of my other videos, that's one of the biggest things that I talk about, is knowing who your target audience is. Oh, and let me do a little shameless plug. So I do have a free target audience workbook that helps you to decide who your target audience is going to be and, break down what you need to look for when choosing a target audience. So if you want that, put a comment down below or click the link in the description. Thanks. Once you know who your target audience is, you need to figure out where they spend their time on social media. Are they on TikTok? Are they on YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest? What is it now? X. Not Twitter anymore. X. And where they get their information from. For example, if they're looking for how to do feather bangs, because that's what I was trying to do today and it did not work out. So if they're trying to figure out how to do that, are they going to YouTube to find that information, or are they going to TikTok, or are they going to Instagram? That's the type of things that you need to be looking at, because wherever your audience is, that's where you need to be too. It ain't about, okay, I'm gonna get on Instagram just because it's Instagram, because not everybody is on Instagram like that. Not everybody is on Facebook like that. So you have to really understand your audience and make sure that you're choosing the right platform to reach them on, because it'll fall on deaf ears and then you'll be in the same cycle that you're already in currently, which is why you're watching this video. You're putting up content and then the people aren't engaging with it. You're getting 0 to 10 likes possibly, and nobody's engaging with your content. And so it's very disheartening to you, and you might feel like, well, I'm wasting my time. And it's not that you're wasting your time, you're just not where your audience is. And so you need to figure out where they are. When it comes to like TikTok is more for like short form videos, meaning like videos that are between 10 to 3 minutes or something like that. I don't know. I think TikTok can go up to 10 minutes now, but even still, short form video are videos that are easily digested. We don't have to take a long time or a lot of minutes out of our day to watch it. Something real quick and easy that we can digest and get the gist of whatever the video was about. Also, trending sounds, which is like I feel like that's one of the best things to happen to social media, is trending sounds and audio. Obviously, we know that started with Dubsmash. I was one of the Dubsmash girlies. I used to love that app. But now we're on TikTok. People want to get on these apps and be entertained. So you got to make sure that you are catching their eye and keeping their attention. Instagram, we all know Instagram is like the OG. He's not really an OG, but it's an OG at the same time, because MySpace is really the OG for real. But That's neither here nor there. Instagram is like pictures, carousels, live videos. Well, you can go live on TikTok, YouTube, and all that other kind of stuff, but I feel like Instagram Live is like the one. Like, everybody knows about IG Live. Everybody want to use IG Live. Instagram is where you gonna throw up your best hitters, okay? Your best hitters. TikTok obviously is more for videos and things like that. You want to make sure that you are not only just posting pretty pictures, you got to let them know that you have something that you're selling. Girl, I'm gonna keep playing with my hair, y'all can't tell me nothing, okay? And then of course you have YouTube, which is more for long form content, long form video is what I'm trying to say. Because YouTube videos can be up to an hour, more than that. I've seen 10-hour YouTube videos. So you get on YouTube and that's where you're really honing in on educational content. This is not more so for entertaining. While there are entertaining types of videos like Get Ready With Me or A Day in the Life or Behind the Scenes or things like that, more people really get onto YouTube when they're looking for an answer for something or when they need a tutorial or to learn how to do something. So think about that when you're trying to choose social media platforms that you want to use. Obviously there's more. There's Facebook, which is more for like personal memes, things like that. Facebook is a personal platform. Instagram and things like that, those usually you'll see more for business. Don't get me wrong, Facebook does have a Facebook business page, but ain't nobody really checking for it. I mean, maybe older people, maybe that's just not my demographic, but I don't see too many people using Facebook solely by itself or as their number one priority social media platform, because it's just not that. Right, so now that you have decided on the social media platforms that you want to use, the next step is actually creating captivating content that will have your viewers wanting to see more from you, that's going to make them follow you to see more. So for a business specifically, you want to make sure that you have high quality professional photos, because look, I don't know how to say it nicely. Like, nobody don't want to see blurry pictures from your phone. No good lighting. It's blurry. The picture's out of focus. Like, we don't want that, okay? For everyday stuff, like behind the scenes and things like that, okay, maybe. But when it comes to selling a product, you want to make sure that your visuals are top-notch quality, okay? This is when you're gonna hire a photographer to do a photo shoot for you, or maybe you upgrade your phone or possibly get a DSLR camera. That way you can create the content on your own. If you don't want to continuously have to pay someone else to take your pictures, you get your own camera and you take the pictures, but you got to make sure that your camera looks good, okay? Crisp and clear. Not only high quality photos, but your captions have to be captivating as well within that first two lines really in your caption, because that's what it's going to show, and then you have to click more to see the rest. So within that first line or two, you want to have the best keyword hitter, a hook, whatever you want to call it, to make sure that people continue to read whatever is underneath that. So you have to make sure your captions are spot on and that they're drawing your followers, potential customers attention. But not only that, but keywords and SEO. So within your bio, you want to make sure you have your location. You want to make sure people know what it is that you're doing. You want to make sure that you speak to them. You have a few, I don't know if it's 150 or 160 characters in Instagram, for example. Use that to your advantage. You want to make sure you have your links linked in there and that it actually works. If you're going to use the buttons at the bottom, make sure that actually goes somewhere that you're checking. If you're going to send an email to you, make sure you're checking that email, just the little things. And not only that, consistency is key. If you've ever spoken to me, my favorite thing to say is out of sight, out of mind. If they are not seeing you, they ain't thinking about you, period. Building a strong online presence is more than just posting, right? So of course you want to post and you want to do it consistently, but if you want to actually build your business, build your audience, and establish connections with them, you want to make sure that you are being genuine, you're being authentic. People these days, I feel like that's a thing these days, because a lot of that pretty polished content is still being viewed, but it's not being looked at as much as you know, behind the scenes, raw, like this is my day in my life, not no perfect filter where people putting up their camera and waking up out of bed. You know, we want to see the real. People want to see the real, and they want to see the face behind the brand, because once they see that, that builds trust, and that builds a better connection, because they feel like they can connect with you. So you want to make sure that you're doing things like that to build your online presence, and so that people can see you and see, when I say see you, I mean see you. Like in that movie, Beyond the Lights, when the guy was like, I see you. Yeah, you want people to see you and see what you do for your brand, and how you care about your brand, how you care about the customers, how you care about making people look or feel, you know, because beauty brands is all about how we make people feel. You know, it's not just about how we let them look on the outside. Of course, we get people to get their hair done, we put makeup on and all that other stuff, but how they feel on the inside once that is completed is the goal that you should be having for your business. One of them anyway. You want to connect with your audience and the people that are currently following you, because let me tell you, when you do, that's when you'll get the most support, because people will feel like they have something to support. You know, you also want to make sure that you are connecting with them in the way of actually speaking to them, like responding to DMs or responding to comments. There's so many businesses that say no DMs, no DMs, don't talk to me. And that just seems like so rude. Like, damn, I can't message you if I have a question, or you message them and it take them 48 hours to respond back to you. Like, by now I done hit up somebody else. Okay, make sure that you are actually connecting with them and speaking to them. I'm not saying you have to follow every single person that follows you. However, if you do follow some people, comment on their things, reach out to them, you know, show them that it's not one-sided. It's not a one-sided relationship, that you actually give a damn. It ain't hard. Another way that you're gonna want to try to build your online presence is collaborating, doing lives with other people, collaborative posts or collaboration posts, whatever you want to call it. Not only does that steal their audience, it's putting you in front of people that would most likely want to buy from you as well. So one little asterisk for that, don't think that just because they have a big following that you're gonna get with them and say, oh, they got 30,000 followers, child, I'm gonna do a live with them and get me some people. Because it really matters about their audience as well. If their audience and your audience don't match up, if they're not a puzzle piece and they don't go together, it's never gonna work, because you're just gonna waste money if you have to pay them, and you're wasting your time, because those people aren't looking for what you have. So it really doesn't matter what you say, they're never gonna want to be with you. That sounds like something I had to say to a friend one time. But anyway, in order to like fine tune your strategy, your social media strategy, you have to check your insights, check your analytics, because otherwise you're never going to know what's working and what's not working. Tracking is one of the most important parts of a strategy, because you can do all these things, but then what happens when you get to the end? Like, how do you know if the results work? How do you know? You know, if you're not getting the sales, you don't know what went wrong. Or if you did get sales, you don't know what you did to get to it. You need to make sure you're checking your analytics. You have to understand how your audience is interacting with the content that you're posting. So if they're not interacting with it at all, then you probably should not post something like that again. Or you're going to need to fine tune it, or change your wording, or change the format, or change the lighting, something to fine tune it and change it, so that way, okay, let me try to deliver this to them in a different package and see if it works this time. The things that you're going to want to look for when it comes to your insights is your shares, your follows, your saves, and your website clicks. You also want to look at reach as well, but like some videos go viral and some don't. If they're sharing it, then you know that it's information that they also want people to know. Not just that you want your audience to know, but they're like, damn, this is a really good idea. Let me share this with somebody else. So that's building more of your community. Saving is meaning they want to come back and look at it again. That was such a good video or such good advice that I want to save this and I don't want to lose it, and I'm going to come back to it. They might not ever come back to it, but it was interesting enough for them to save it in the first place. Follows, obviously you want to keep creating content that's going to bring people to you and build your following base and your community, because without them you have no customers, right? You know. And then website clicks, obviously this is very important, because I need to know what's going to get my customer to go from Instagram to my website. What kind of content am I going to post that's going to get them to do that? And it might not just be one post. It could be a series of posts. It could be anything. Emails plus the post plus a live video that's going to help them to get to your website. The goal as a business is to get these people to your site. So you'll want to make sure that you're looking at those. Obviously, there's other insights that you can look at, which could be useful to you. However, I believe those are the top 4 that you really need to pay attention to when it comes to your content on social media. This video was not meant to be super duper long and detailed, but I did want to make sure that I got that information out because I see so many of you playing with your potential on Instagram and on TikTok, and it's just like, why? The social media platforms are free. Why aren't you making money off of them? I don't know. But the thing is, if you are struggling with your content for social media, I am proud to announce I just got my first ever printed content composition book. I had one from before, but I revamped it, redid the whole inside, and now it's in a printed version. So if you are like me and you actually need to write things down, it's coming out first week of February. But if you want to go ahead and join the wait list, you can put your email down below and I will put you on if you want, or you can just go to the website, click the link in the description box and just sign up for yourself, whichever one is easier for you. But just make sure that you do like, comment, and subscribe and share this, okay? Because I know somebody else needed to see this video, so you better share it. And if you have any content questions, let me know. Put them down in the comment box and I will try to answer in another video. That's all I got for y'all today. See you later, besties.